So when we think about the consult itself, we want it to run really smoothly. We want it to be time managed. We want it to achieve its goals. We don't want to become overwhelmed, and we don't want to overwhelm our client. We really want the perfect consult. Hello and welcome. Mentoring with Geraldine is a bite-sized practitioner podcast for naturopaths, nutritionists, herbalists, and practitioners. This podcast responds directly to your needs, the needs of the practicing natural therapist. With interviews, herbal discussions, something business and something clinical each week, you'll get the variety you need and enjoy to stay motivated in practice. Hello everyone and welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine and the Bite Size Podcast. How are you? Today I thought I'd talk about the perfect consult. Now, wouldn't that just be a dream, the perfect consult? But we do have them, don't we? Sometimes you step away from a consult and you are like, yeah, that was it. Nailed it, got to know them, they're happy, everything was brilliant. And then of course it can go either of two ways. It can have been brilliant and you thought it was brilliant and you've ordered everything and done everything you should do, and then they come back to you and they go, oh yeah, I couldn't really do it, or they just don't come back. Or they come back motivated, energized, and wanting to get on with your plan. When we write those plans and when we go for that perfect consult, we have to be really careful that we're not overgiving. We're overgivers. Okay, we want to help people. We've got in the back of our mind, when we started all of this training, not only did we want to help our own health or that of our family or whatever motivated us, we wanted to change the world person by person. And that is totally possible. And it is actually a beautiful thing because you think to yourself, I'm only changing this one person. I haven't achieved enough. By changing one person, you change those around them because they start speaking about what's happened with you. They start saying, I went to see this nutritionist or naturopath or coach or whatever you may be, and this is what they told me to do. This is what they suggested I change. Or they turn up a party and they say, oh no, I only want the one drink. I'm on fizzy water at the moment. I need to cut back on my drinking. A naturopath has told me how much it changes my microbiome. Oh, what's your microbiome? Would probably be the next question from their friend. But when we are changing one person, we're changing those around them as well because they say why they're doing something. Or if they're the ones who are in charge of cooking for the family, they're the ones doing the shopping and changing things to what we're suggesting and to a better way of life, a better lifestyle, a better diet. I mean, that's what we want, isn't it? We want people to be healthy. We want people to achieve their health goals. And along with health goals, of course, all the other goals fall into place because if you're sleeping at night, then you're able to eat properly the next day, so you're able to do what you want to do. So it's a catch-22 in the positive. Whereas we don't want the catch-22 in the negative, where they come to the consult, they don't really click in, it doesn't really work for them. It's an okay consult, it's quite quick maybe, or maybe it's far too long and it goes on forever, and you leave and you're like, yeah, okay, that was fine, and they might not be invested because we didn't quite manage to get that investment. They've got skin in the game because they've paid you money, because we are all about change and our clients have to want to change, don't they? Whereas if you join a gym, for example, the expectation is from the gym that you won't go as much. You'll start off going lots and then you won't go, or they couldn't have as many people join their gym as they do have because they wouldn't have enough space for the people on all the equipment and all the rest of it. So the expectation is with a gym that you won't go as often as you think you will. The expectation with a gym is lots of people will join at Christmas time and then not go again. Whereas we don't want that for our clients, and PTs don't want that at the gym either. They want everybody turning up to the gym. They have the idea of the same as we do, that they want well health in their clients. Whereas the gym owners, unless the owner's small gym, if it's a big one or a group of gyms, then the expectation is, and the bottom line is, that some people will pay and not go. And that is what they want and need to be able to sustain their business. But we don't want that. We want our people to come and see us. We want them to take on board the changes they need to take on. We want them to really not rely on us, but understand and trust us so that they can go out and do those things for themselves, so that they can change their behaviors, so that they can improve what they need to improve with our help and support. But we're we're not doing it for them. At the end of the day, you're only telling a person what they can do, but the word there is telling. Because what we want is to be able to word it in such a way that we motivate our person to do it for themselves. We motivate that person to achieve that change themselves. We can provide the tools, but we're not in their home. We're not cooking for them. We're not doing the life. We're not going for the jog for them. We're not going for the long walk around the neighborhood for them. They have to do that for themselves. So when we think about the consult itself, we want it to run really smoothly. We want it to be time managed. We want it to achieve its goals. We don't want to become overwhelmed, and we don't want to overwhelm our client. We really want the perfect consult. And they're always going to be different because each time you have a consult, you're seeing a different person. And sometimes we might have a consult that doesn't work with the same person. And for whatever reason, Mercury's in retrograde or whatever it is, or you've got PMT, they're going through andropause, whatever it might be. Sometimes they don't go as well as they should. But hopefully we can pull them back from the brink. I've had a few that haven't gone well, and I've pulled them back during the consult and realized, you've just said the wrong thing. You've just been, you've been shocked at whatever it was, and they're not ready for your shock. They're not up for your shock at whatever it is. I know for a couple of occasions it's been products that they're taking, generally of their own volition. So, and then it's shown on my face, because we have to be really non-judgmental. We have to be really pure as the driven snow in our thoughts about them, no matter what they tell us. We have to be non-judgmental, because that's their choice, that's their life. We can only offer alternatives and changes. But when we do offer those alternatives and changes, when we do have those discussions, it's great if we've got a bit of a script, right? And I do have those in conducting confident consultations, and we're doing that on the 10th, so this coming Friday. And so the people who do the course will get all those scripts, will get those ideas, will learn how to conduct that consult so that it's a really productive consult. So I've had people coming to see me since I started. Over in the group, Strictly Education and Support, I do talk there about people that I've seen throughout the last 17 years. I'm still seeing them, but how their problems change and how so I segue with them. But they know, they come back all those years later and think, I know you like the Mediterranean diet, Geraldine, but I've heard about fasting. What do you think about that? Oh, yep, I'm totally into fasting now. Yep, I've been lots of research on it. Now let's see what we can do and work it out for you, looking at the diet that we've been working on for all those years. Oh, great. So these are the changes that happen with our regular clients, and the changes that they want as well as what we want. So, I don't work in a keto diet, for example. I don't need to. My client base doesn't need to, but some client bases do. And so working in that is a bit harder. They're going to need more intense time with the practitioner. They're going to need more resources than someone when I'm saying, well, Mediterranean diet, it's based on this, that, and this. This is what we want to have in it, and this is how we can do it. And I can get through that information pretty quickly. So what we really want to do when we're looking at our client and our client's in front of us, and we want to make that perfect consultation, then we have to make sure that we have systems in place. So it's not just the systems, them walking in the door or seeing you online, making sure that the intake forms, all of that is part and parcel of the perfect consultation, because the perfect consultation actually starts from the first moment that person claps eyes on you, no matter where they clap eyes on you. So if they've found you on Google, then one would assume it's been a really good interaction for them to come further and look at your website, another good interaction. Then one would assume it's another good interaction where they maybe fill out your health report or download your opt-in, or best of all, they book an appointment online. They pay in advance and they're all ready to go. So hopefully all of these interactions so far have all been great. But then once we're through those systems, then they're hitting us. And that's when next systems have to work. That's when the flow on becomes us. So are we going with my system? They go all the way through that and they pay, and then I personally email them and say, congratulations, and I just need you to do this, this, and this before I see you. And then their first appointment, if they book it too close, I move it because I want to do a few things first. So when we conduct that perfect consult, we have to make sure that the systems, not only all those electronic systems are in place, but our systems are in place. And then that leads into booking the consult, having, in my case now, the Zoom link for them to come on into the consult on Zoom link, or it would have been in the past them walking into the room and coming into the room. I talk a lot about that, about making sure that your room is set up, it's comfortable. Go and sit in the seat that your client sits in. What do they see? And that's the same for those emails you're sending out. What do they see on those emails? What is their end point when they are getting all of these things? What are they seeing? Are they seeing scrappy emails, or are they seeing a really good email and a proper footer at the bottom where mine has got links to book in with me, my phone number, the acknowledgement of country, it's got I'm, she, her, all of those things are at the bottom of my email. Email me. You will get one back and you will see what's at the bottom of my email because I will reply to you, Geraldine at mentoringwithgeraldine.biz. So if you'd like a reply and see what's at the bottom of mine, that's the opportunity. But when we think about this perfect consult, there's this flow all the way through, and then there is the big chunk of the consult itself. So Friday the 10th, we're going to be going through that big chunk of the consult because we have to make sure that our clients are going to get what they need from us, that they're going to come back and see us. It's much easier to get a client to come back and see us than it is to get millions of new clients or 3 to 4 new clients every week, because we can't help people on one appointment. It takes much longer. It is a coaching event. The All Blacks, what are they called? The Socceroos, whatever they didn't get there by one kick around the pitch. They got there because they kept working at it and because they had regular coaching. All right, it might be that certain coaches turn up to certain things, the physios turn up to certain ones, all of the different things happen at different times, but it's the same with us. Seeing our clients, we have to see them on a regular basis to support them through change. And that's what conducting confident consults is all about. If you want to come, if you want to join us, there is still time. It's all recorded anyway, so if you come across this podcast in August and it's all happened, don't worry, you can still purchase it. The recordings are, all the information is all there, because what we want to be able to do is make sure our clients are coming back, and we need the script in the consult. We need the systems in the consult so that we can really achieve the change that they desire. And that's what makes the perfect consult, achieving our clients' goals each and every time they come to see us. You might go, you can't reach their goals every time they see you, but you know what I mean. It's ongoing. Each time they see you, you're going to be saying, so last week you said to me you went to the toilet 20 times a day. Today you're saying that you go to the toilet twice a day. That is a win. And these are the wins that we're looking for in our perfect consult. Okay. So I just leave you to think about that. I'd love to see you on Conducting Confident Consults, or if you listen to this at a later date, do know that it's there and available on my website for purchase anytime. It's all recorded and it's all there and you can do it in your own time. I'd like to see you soon. Get in contact. It's been a while. See ya. Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for the weekly episodes. If you'd like even more support and learning, then the Academy is for you. Here you'll find part 2 of the herbal discussions, more clinical learning, and case studies to support your clients in practice. Bye for now.